America in 2025 finds itself at a crossroads. The gap between the rich and the poor has grown into a chasm. Working families are struggling to make ends meet. Meanwhile, corporations and the ultra-wealthy are seeing record profits. The Trump presidency, despite promises to help the working class, has exacerbated these trends. His policies have consistently favored the wealthy, leaving many Americans feeling left behind and disillusioned with the political system. Into this void have stepped two of the most prominent voices in American politics, Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Both are outspoken critics of income inequality, corporate greed, and the influence of money in politics. They are united in their belief that the American government should work for all its citizens, not just the wealthy and powerful. Bernie Sanders is no stranger to challenging the status quo. For decades, he has been a tireless advocate for working families, railing against the excesses of capitalism and calling for a more just economic system. His message has remained remarkably consistent throughout his long career. He believes that healthcare is a human right, that education should be affordable for all, and that the minimum wage should be a living wage. Sanders' critiques of income inequality, corporate power, and the erosion of the middle class have resonated deeply with a growing number of Americans. His message is simple, straightforward, and powerful. The system is rigged against working people, and it's time to change it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez burst onto the national scene in 2018 with her stunning primary victory over a powerful incumbent Democrat. A young, dynamic, and charismatic Latina from a working-class background, she quickly became a leading voice of her generation. Ocasio-Cortez brings a fresh perspective and a powerful personal story to her role as a U.S. representative. She speaks passionately about the struggles of working families, the need for affordable housing, and the importance of addressing climate change. Her ability to connect with young people, people of color, and those who have felt marginalized by the political system is undeniable. Both Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez have been critical of the Democratic Party establishment, arguing that it has become too cozy with corporate interests and out of touch with the needs of working Americans. They have called for a more progressive agenda that prioritizes the needs of the many over the interests of the few. This has led to tensions with more moderate Democrats, who argue that the party needs to focus on winning back swing voters, rather than appealing to its progressive base. However, Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez argue that the party cannot win unless it offers a bold vision for change that excites and inspires voters. Section 5, The People's Budget, A Vision for a Just Society. One of the most concrete examples of Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez's vision for a more just society is the People's Budget, a progressive budget resolution that they have championed in Congress. This budget prioritizes investments in social programs, education, healthcare, and clean energy. It also calls for higher taxes on corporations and the wealthy to fund these investments. The People's Budget stands in stark contrast to the austerity budgets proposed by Republicans, which typically call for deep cuts to social programs and tax cuts for the wealthy. Section 6. Taking the fight to Republican territory. In a bold move, Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez have taken their message directly to Republican-held districts across the country. They have held town halls and rallies in areas that are not typically considered friendly territory for Democrats. Their goal is to reach out to working-class voters who may have voted for Trump in the past, but who are disillusioned with his policies. They argue that the Democratic Party must become the party of working people, regardless of where they live or how they have voted in the past. Section 7. A Tale of Two Styles united by a common goal. While Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez share a similar political vision, they have distinct styles. Sanders, the veteran activist and politician, is known for his fiery rhetoric and his unwavering commitment to his principles. Ocasio-Cortez, on the other hand, brings a more personal and relatable touch to her activism. She often shares her own experiences as a working-class Latina and connects with voters on an emotional level. Despite their different styles, Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez are a powerful force for change in American politics. Section 8. The Power of Grassroots Organizing and Small Dollar Donations. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez movement is its grassroots nature. Both have rejected large campaign contributions from corporations and wealthy donors, choosing instead to rely on small-dollar donations from ordinary Americans. This has allowed them to maintain their independence and to remain accountable to their constituents, not special interests. Their campaigns are powered by volunteers and fueled by a deep desire for change. Section 9. The future of the Democratic Party. The rise of Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has had a profound impact on the Democratic Party. They have helped to shift the party's priorities, moving it in a more progressive direction. Their success has also shown that there is a real appetite for change among Democratic voters. It remains to be seen whether the Democratic Party will fully embrace the progressive vision articulated by Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez. However, one thing is clear: their voices are not going away anytime soon. They will continue to be a powerful force for change in American politics for years to come.